Hello friend, this is a friend Ayush and I'm today going to explain you about the topic excretion in liquid form, that is urination in humans. So first let me explain you what is excretion. What basically excretion is: waste comes out of the body. Okay, so waste can be of any type. So basically the three types of waste are respiratory, excretory and digestive. So now when excretory, you'd be able to see respiratory is CO2, as we all know. It comes from nose. Now excretory, there's urine, which comes out from urethra, we all know. And the excretory products comes from blood. Means the excretory products, like you cannot just conclude that it comes from blood. You can say that the excretory product is a part which is the excretory product in human is taken away from blood. So basically there's one more excretion which is digestive, which is the fecal matter, which comes out from the anus we all know. So the excretory, which is urine. Now let us see. Excretory, it excretes, the excretory product is obtained from blood. Now what is then blood? Means if we take we take all the waste material out of the blood, what is remaining? The thing which is remaining is urine. And what is there in the urine? What means we excrete urine only. So what is there in the urine? In urine there's water, and the water is 97.5%. Then next is ions, NaCl, Na plus, Cl minus, and many other pigments. For one of the pigment is the color pigment. This is nitrogenous waste. So nitrogenous waste, I would like you to show just a sec. Now see here. This is excretion. This is the waste. So what is excretion? Excretion is process through which waste, that is unwanted components, gets removed, as I told you. So waste, what could be an ideal waste? Like, not ideal, what could be, like, we prefer that a waste, if we want to remove something out, obviously we would not like that we spend many things on them. So basically what we are doing is that we want a waste which should have less energy expenditure, less water should be required, and less toxic it should be. So excretion always in every living organism except few means the exception are very less. So except these means very few, normally all the living organisms have the waste which is nitrogenous waste. Nitrogenous waste means what? It's having nitrogen. So again, nitrogenous waste has been classified into three parts, which is ammonia, its formula is NH3, it's urea, NH2CONH3, and one more is uric acid. Actually, I could have given you the formula of uric acid, but it's quite difficult. Actually, it's having some bondings and all, with the first would be nitrogen and all, there would be bondings and all, so that is quite difficult. So basically you should understand that the formula of ammonia, urea and uric acid. No need to learn the formula of uric acid. So ammonia, let me first explain you what is ammonia. See, ammonia is basically excreted by aquatic animals, and basically these are bony fish and crustaceans. Sorry. So what is crustaceans? Crustaceans are prawns, and prawns, you can say anything which is shellfish, you can say. So in ammonia, what all conditions are required? So first of all, it requires more amount of water for removal. Second, it consumes least amount of water. Obviously, if the more amount of water is required, least amount would be conserved. And the thing is that it is maximum toxic. But the good thing is that it requires least amount of energy. Now urea and uric acid is excreted by terrestrial animals. Urea is mammals, cartilaginous fish, and uric acid also contains nitrogen, as I have told you. So urea, less water is required for removal. Moderate amount of water is required. Moderate toxicity is there, and moderate amount of energy. So it is a type of excretion which is not, means it doesn't even want more, neither it saves. Now next comes uric acid. The thing is that its least amount of water is required for removal. It conserves more water, least toxic, and requires large amount of energy. Now, but can you explain me? See, ammonia least amount of energy is required, more amount of water. So obviously we know that fishes and aquatic animals live in water, so they are not having any problems with water, so they can excrete water. It means excrete, which requires a lot of water. There's no problem. But the thing is that terrestrial animals, it's written, so obviously the amount of water for terrestrial animals is less than as compared to aquatic animals. So the excretion they want is that should conserve more water. So see this table. See, fish. First of all, according to the theory of Darwin, Charles Darwin, theory of evolution, it says that fish first came into existence, living, means which we classify, not the small organisms, fish. Next came the amphibians, which were able, first of all, they discovered the land. This is just a myth. Do not just say that it is completely true, but you can say that it's just a myth. So the thing is that first fish came, then came amphibians. First of all, fishes were just you can say they were limited to water, so they wanted to explore more and they wanted to come on land, so they just changed into amphibians. Then amphibians changed into reptiles, because now the thing is that amphibians, they cannot survive for a long time out of water, so they need to go out, they need to go inside the water again and again. So now they were not happy with that. They wanted to have some relaxation, so they got converted into reptiles. Now reptiles, they were crawling animals, you can say, crawling living organisms. These again got diverged into mammals and aves. We all know we are mammals, and the birds and all are considered as aves. Again, we cannot say that aves are terrestrial animals, but they cannot survive in water, so obviously we should consider them as terrestrial. I know they are aerial, but aerial ultimately means they are terrestrial. So now terrestrial, urea. Normally we humans excrete urea. Less water is required compared to ammonia. Okay, less water compared to ammonia. Moderate amount of water, moderate toxicity, and moderate amount of energy we have. Means we spend. Now uric acid. Least amount of water is required for removal, conserves more water, least toxicity, and requires large amount of energy. Okay, let's change the page. Yeah. Now see, these are the classifications of living organisms, and these are the excretory parts. Okay, so first of all we should see what is porifera. Porifera and coelenterata have body surfaces. Not only these two, the first four are body surfaces, but in the first four, last two, means Platyhelminthes and Aschelminthes or Nematoda, their body surfaces is quite, the body surfaces, Platyhelminthes and Aschelminthes, their body surfaces is developed, and so they are having flame cells, also known as solenocytes. And the Aschelminthes or Nematoda has renate cells. Now Annelida has nephridia. Arthropoda means prawns and crabs. As I told you, these are crustaceans. They have green glands or actinide glands. Now insects, they have Malpighian tubules, and Arthropoda, they have arachnids, also which are also called scorpion spider, and they have coxal glands. Now mollusca has Caber's organ or organ of Bojanus. Echinodermata, they also excrete through body surfaces, or even they have tube feeds. Hemichordates, that is proboscis gland, glomulus. Chordata, again it means in all the chordata the excretion is done through kidneys, and there are three parts, you can say protonephric, mesonephric, and metanephric. Now see this image of a kidney. This is the cortex. The outermost part is called the cortex, the innermost is medulla. These glands are known as granules. These dot things are known as granules, and the point to be noted is that they do not have any work. They're just marked. There are four things that enter in a kidney, which is that is first one is renal artery, then it's neurons, and two things which come out are ureter and nerves. So I mean ureter and veins. So means what are the four things? This is the nerves, which is, you can say, arteries. Again, that what was that? Renal pelvis, and then next is renal artery and nerves. So now medullary pyramids. These things now. These are called renal pyramids, medullary pyramids. Sorry, these are 10 to 12 in each kidney. Okay, now all the pyramids. These pyramids are attached. Obviously, they would be attached. They are attached with these branched like things. These branched like things are nothing but minor calyx. Remember, these are minor calyx, and now these two will get combined and they will form medulla, and they will form major calyx. Okay, so what they'll form, this is minor calyx, and when they join they form major calyx. Now so did you get it? This is the thing. Once again, I guess you would be having confusion in what all enters in a kidney and what not. So let me once again tell you what enter in a kidney is renal vein, I mean a nerve, renal artery. Once again, what enters in a kidney is nerve, renal artery, and what comes out is renal vein and ureter. Got it? Okay, once again I'll say the four things are then located in a kidney. Two things go inside and two come out. The two things which go inside is a nerve and a renal artery. The two things which come out is renal vein and ureter. Got it? Now I guess, okay, so first of all, now we should study about the Bowman's capsule. So for better understanding, leave this image, I'll show you another one. See this one. This image is quite good and you will be able to understand more easily. So just see now. Now see. First of all, you should learn this complex form figure. Okay. These all which starts from this Bowman's capsule, this is afferent artery. I'll explain each and everything. Do not worry. Just see first this diagram. See from top. Got it? Okay, so now let me explain you about this thing. The first the thing you are able to see over here. So what is this? This is an arteriole. The thing is that as I've showed you, see over here in one of the medullary pyramids, you'll be able to see this is the Bowman's capsule here. This is present somewhat like this. So this Bowman's capsule, the Bowman's capsule is this. This is the Bowman's capsule. Got it? This thing. And this part, this curve. This curve is loop of Henle. Now the thing to be remembered over here is that this Bowman's capsule, it is in the cortex part. See, this is in the cortex part, and the loop of Henle is in medulla. Got it? You should remember this. The Bowman's capsule is in cortex part and the loop of Henle is in medulla. Let's change. So yeah, now see. Obviously, if there's an artery which is entering the kidney, obviously it just won't go inside and come out. There would be some function of that, and that is the function. What is this? This efferent arteriole. This efferent arteriole is a type of artery. Okay, This is efferent artery and this is called efferent. So you all know efferent means entering and efferent means going out. So basically arteriole, what all things means the blood comes over here, enters the see, the blood comes from here, from the renal artery, enters the kidney. Now in kidney it enters in the efferent arteriole. Got it? It enters over here. Now you would be able to see some round structures over here. See these round structures. These round structures are basically called as glomerulus. Okay, this is the glomerulus. Now, so what all comes on this glomerulus? Things which all come, the things which is in the blood comes. Okay, so what is in the blood? First thing is RBC, WBC, platelets, and many other things are there, like this water, ions, and this means you can say the many things which enters, which is in the blood, and that's why the blood enters kidney. These holes are, you can say, correctly it is measured so that only the things which are small in size, which is like RBC, plasma, and WBC, these three things, plasma, RBC, and WBC, these three things are not able to enter this thing. Okay, they're not able to enter the Bowman's capsule. They will come over here and they will move out. Now you should note one thing: this efferent arteriole, as I have drawn, it is thick, and over here it is thin. So what happens? The blood comes full filled over here. It is fully filled in this artery. It reaches here, enters this path. Now you are able to see that this is thick, and the blood is full. So it would enter over here. It is thin. So obviously the blood would accumulate here for a little bit time. At least for a bit time, it will accumulate here. It will go here, and it will go. So basically, now we can consider one thing, which is the efferent arteriole. The thing whichever is the things which are in the efferent arteriole, in the plasma of this efferent, you can say these are pure. Got it? Why these are pure? Because they are having only plasma, RBC, and WBC. Got it? Now see, now what happens? Okay, it went, it's pure. What about this? So now let me explain. Plasma. Now over here, you would be able to see these pores. These pores are called podocytes. Okay. Now the pressure over here on the podocytes is 10 millimeter mercury. 10 millimeter mercury, you should remember, it is the SI unit of pressure. So what all things comes inside this Bowman's capsule? Water comes, ions come, ion comes, and waste comes. Now things have come here. Now what? So it will travel over here. Now this is the ciliated epithelium. You would be able to, it's written also, it's ciliated epithelium. This is just to you can say send these three things in a justified manner, so that nothing accumulate. All should come in a line. Now these three things are coming. They will come over here. Will come. This is the descendant loop of Henle. Lacrine goes is descendant, and they will enter in the collecting tubule. But it's not as simple as you are thinking it to be. Let me explain you how this thing is difficult. And don't consider it to be difficult, but yeah, it's a bit complex. You should understand. You should concentrate over here. This is the efferent arteriole. Okay, this is coming. Now this is pure. This is containing only RBC, WBC, and plasma. There's nothing else. So it comes over here. Now do you think each and everything which comes inside this Bowman's capsule is useless only? Because ions, not every ion is bad. Am I right? Oh yeah, I you can say that I accept. Yeah, Na and Cl may not be useful. Still they are useful, but if for the time being we consider that Na and Cl is not essential, even glucose enters here. So what if glucose will enter? Obviously the glucose will come out. and you should always remember, you should note it down inside your brain, that the two things which never get excreted out of the blood, that is glucose and amino acids. Got it? Glucose and amino acids are the two things which never get excreted out. Now see, this Bowman's capsule line, it goes from here, and this efferent arteriole, this also enters over here. It comes. So now the thing to remember is that, now you'll be thinking, okay, accepted, everything in this is not useless, but now where will they go? So the answer to this is that you can say the covering, the epithelium over this lining, these are permeable. Some parts of them are permeable and some are not. So some parts of this pipeline, this complete tubular connection, this complete tubular network, some of them are permeable to some of the things, while some are permeable to some other things. Like see over here, descendant loop of Henle, this is impermeable to water, okay, and this part, it is permeable to water. So now what happens is that everything over here in this pipeline, it comes, okay, remember this pipeline, never get confused between this and this, okay. This pipeline is known as peritubular network, and so this pipeline, it comes over here. This is the descendant, it comes over here, only this part, the descendant peritubular network, it's also known as vasa recta, it is impermeable to water. Remember this peritubular network, not the Bowman capsules thing. This thing with peritubular network, it is impermeable to water, and again this thing, it is permeable to water. You should remember, this is the descendant and this is the ascendant. It comes over here in the collecting duct. Now what happens, you would be able to see that when you do not drink water for a long time, your urine gets the yellow color. The yellowish color is because of the high concentration. The water from the collecting duct comes out. So now when water will come out, obviously the urine, means you can say the urea inside that would be in large number as compared to water, so obviously the color comes. But remember one thing, the color is not because of the urea, it is because of one of the color pigments. So this is now one more thing that should be noted down is that it never happens that descendant and the descendant cross their things, like this will give water and this will accept. It never happens. The thing is that the descendant will give to the ascendant and the ascendant will give to the descendant, okay. No need to tell you which one, means the Bowman's capsules or the peritubular network, no need to tell you that. The thing is that you should remember the thing which is never, means descendant and descendant will not cross, and ascendant will not cross. Now see, urea. Now urea will enter this and will come out. This is the peritubular network. Now this peritubular network will go on, it will come out like what? Like the renal, it will again go out having the renal vein. It will roam around the body. Again it will enter the lungs. The lungs will take out the carbon dioxide and it will be exhaled. So no need to know that. The thing is that the things you should know is that I have already marked, but remember these three things: urine formation, ultrafiltration. That is, ultrafiltration takes place in Bowman's capsule, okay, over here. Got it? The second one is tubular reabsorption, tubular secretion. Yeah, tubular reabsorption takes place between vasa recta and this tubular network, this thing, okay. Tubular reabsorption and tubular secretion, these two things happen in vasa recta and tube. This which is connected from the, obviously we know that vasa recta is of efferent arteriole, so obviously this T represents the tube and VR represents the vasa recta. So obviously the tube would be of this Bowman's capsule. Got it? This urea, it comes out, and this is the all. If one more important point you should note it down, and this is occasionally what happens is that if we suppose sometimes if we are trapped in a desert or in a summer season where we are unable to find much amount of water, we are thirsty, what actually happens is that this no, do not consider anything else. This is the pituitary gland. This is the anterior part and this is the posterior. So what happens when our body senses that we are unable to find water, actually there's water which is present in muscle also. So we extract that, but at bit extent. The muscle, if you lack water in your body, after sometimes when you're about to die, your muscles will also get compressed and only bone will be there, because the muscles, everything's water will be come out, so that to compensate your body's water loss. So you should remember that you should carry one water bottle with you so that it helps you. So the thing is, see, or else if you'll not carry the water bottle, your muscles, your so precious muscles which you would have made going to gym day and night, practicing day and night, that all will become a waste. Okay, so now see what happens when we are trapped in some desert or it is summer. This pituitary gland, it gives out ADH. What is ADH? It is called antidiuretic hormone, which is also known as vasopressin. Antidiuretic hormone. Once again, antidiuretic. Uretic, obviously we know what it is. The thing is that is urine. So when this is secreted, our body comes to know that we should excrete urine. We should have a high concentration as compared to normal. The amount of urine in that, the amount of urea in that should be in high concentration. Okay, this is the point. As I had told you, glucose and amino acids are two things which never get secreted out or excreted. Okay, thank you friends for watching this video. I hope you would have liked it, so please press the like button and share it with everyone. And for further class, you may comment in the comment box and ask me to explain any other concept if you want. Thank you friends. Thank you and have a nice day.